Hey guys, Metal Viking 82 here, back to show up yet more plunder that I've acquired over the last little while. Got a couple of nice little stacks to go through here. Sorry, having trouble talking today. So I'm just going to jump right into it. This first one actually has an eBay purchase, some stuff from Bandcamp, and the Stabby Hamlet distro here in Indiana, which I like to order from every now and then. This right here is the lone eBay purchase. This is more Todd with the Myth of Purity. Death Thrash out of London, England, been around since 2010. They are currently on hold though. This is their debut full-length album put out through Metal Hammer magazine, as you can see, and this was the only way you could actually get this. But yeah, really solid stuff. I actually know I had a copy of this at one point, but with my collection so in disarray up there, I'm still trying to get it organized again after all this time. I know it's crazy. I saw this on eBay and it was total like $7 shipped, and I was like, screw it, I'm gonna pick up a copy, and if I do end up eventually finding the other one, I'm gonna give this to a buddy of mine. But really good stuff in my opinion. Definitely worth checking out. Hopefully at some point they reform and put out some new material. Next up, Bleed the Victim with Flawless Execution. Thrash metal out of Topeka, Kansas, been around since 2010. This is their debut full length that came out in 2016 through the band themselves. Though I had to really double check things because their EP from 2014 that they put out has the same name, so I had to make sure I had the right one that I was talking about. Only spun it once so far, but I really dig it. Pretty solid sounding thrash metal. Definitely a band to keep your eyes on. If I'd have gotten this one last year, this no doubt would have been my year-end list, because this is just straight fire. This is Scars of Atrophy with Nations Divide. Thrash metal band out of Tucson, Arizona. Been around since 2021, though if you look on the Metal Archives, it says 1987, and there's a specific reason for that. Pretty much every member of this band was in the legendary thrash act Atrophy from Tucson as well. In fact, drummer Tim Kelly is the only original member of Atrophy that's in this lineup, and the history is kind of crazy here. Essentially, in 2020, Atrophy vocalist Brian Zimmerman decided to leave the band after a tour cancellation due to COVID and everything, and the rest of the members decided to keep going on. They finally hired Mike Nigel, I think that's how you pronounce his last name, as their new vocalist, and eventually changed their name to Scars of Atrophy. And then eventually Brian reformed a new lineup for Atrophy, which is continuing on today. So yeah, but this is just all killer, no filler. I definitely want some more from this band, because this is just absolutely kick-ass thrash metal. All right, last two in this little stack from my buddy Brian Eckerman. Yeah, this is basically his solo project with his name. Melodic Black, death metal out of San Antonio, Texas. Been around since 2014. As I said, this is the solo project of Brian. He, of course, is the guitarist for Scars of the Flesh. He also is in several other bands, but in this project, he plays all of the instruments and does all the vocals. So first up, we have Zakodia, I think is how you pronounce that. Really dig the artwork for that, and I love his logo. But yeah, this is his sixth full-length album, put out independently back in 2019. I have heard bits and pieces from various albums, but I have not listened to any of them in a full capacity yet, but I'm definitely looking forward to doing so with these. And then you have Plaguebringers, which is his eighth full-length album, again put out independently back in 2021. And this actually came with a cool guitar pick, double-sided here, which I actually already have one of these because I actually got it in another order I did with Stabby Hamlet at one point. And I actually only got one of these here, but now I have the full set. But this album actually comes with a trio of trading cards here. And now that I have the full set, I'm actually thinking about just getting a small frame and framing them with my extra guitar pick. So I think that would make a cool little display. So yeah, that is it for that little stack. So now we're going to go on to this next one here, and this is all from Paragon Records, which is a place that I have ordered from in the past, but it's been a while since I've ordered from there. But I was kind of inspired recently by the classy one himself, Lonnie. Go check his channel out if you've not already. And he posted about an order that he got through there, pretty substantial order. And I thought, I'm going to go through there and I'm going to see what they got. Because, I mean, come on, you can't pass up $5 CDs. And pretty much every one of these was $5. So, first up, we have The Troops of Doom with The Rise of Heresy. Death Thrash from Belo Horizonte, Brazil, been around since 2020. This actually features former Sepultura guitarist Jairo Tormentor Guidez, or I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name. I apologize. On the guitars, and it is actually named after a song from the Morbid Visions album that he actually played on. This is the debut EP put out by Metalized Distro back in 2020, limited to 500 copies. It actually came with a patch, which I was surprised, but I've got that sitting off somewhere else that I can't really reach right at the moment. But really solid stuff. If you love early Sepultura, definitely go check this out. Next up, Cleric with Gratum Inferno. Death metal out of Dallas, Texas, been around since 2007. This is the debut full-length album put out by Tofu Carnage Records in 2013 on LP, and then Sound of White Noise reissued this in 2015 on CD. The current lineup of this band actually features Todd Thompson from Combat and Torture Tomb, etc. on the bass. Of course, he didn't join to the 2018, but yeah, really solid sounding death metal. I mean, Texas has just got a hell of a death metal scene, and this is just another fine example. Next up, Cathartic with Ceremonial Resurrection. Death metal from Guadalajara, Mexico, been around since 2019. This is their debut EP, originally put out by Concreto Records in 2020, limited to 500 copies. This is a 2021 Thanatology Productions reissue, put out in 2021, limited to 200 copies. So I was really excited that I was able to get this because I just recently started getting into Cathartic. Absolutely killer band. So yeah, go check them out. Next up, I've had a promo for this for a while. I really need to get on my reviews again and get this one and a bunch of others done. But this is the newest one from Epic of Unlight, At War with the Multiverse. Melodic Death / Black Metal out of Memphis, Tennessee. Been around since 1994. This is their fourth full-length album put out by Dark Horizon Records just last year, limited to 500 copies. Actually came with a little card in it saying that mine was number 105. So really, really good stuff. Like I said, I've been meaning to do a review of this. I just have not gotten around to doing it. Next up, Demonic Temple with Incrementum. Black metal out of Poland. Not exactly sure when they formed. I actually have one of their other albums on cassette, which is how I was introduced to this band, but this is their second full-length album, put out as a co-release between Putrid Cult and Dark Horizon Records in 2018, limited to 500 copies, and as you can hopefully see, mine is number 393. Really solid black metal. Highly recommended checking this band out if you love good Polish black metal. Last of the ones that I actually purchased, because I do have a freebie to show, but this is the last one that I purchased, and when I saw this in here for $5, I had to jump up on it because I've been trying to find a copy of this for some time. I had it on my Amazon wish list, and I could never get it because it was always selling out. But this is Nightshade with Wielding the Scythe. Again, melodic death / black metal out of Sweden, active between 1996 and 2004, so they are currently split up. This is the lone full-length album that they put out on Scarlet Records back in 2001, and this is so damn good. If you love sort of like, early Children of Bodom, I'm trying to think of some other bands, but that early melodic black metal sound, then yeah, definitely go check out Nightshade. This is just, again, such a killer album. Really glad I finally found a copy. And like I said, they threw in a freebie. It's just the CD and the booklet, but that'll work till I can get a full-on copy. But this is Diabolic with Excisions of Exorcisms. And yeah, death metal band from Tampa, Florida. Been around since 1996. This is their 5th full-length album, put out by Deathgasm Records in 2010. I really don't have any Diabolic material. It's kind of hard to find. It seems like at least I can never seem to find it. But really glad to have this. I have heard a lot of their stuff, so really glad to have something in their collection, even if it is just a CD and a booklet. So yeah, that is going to do it. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. And until next time, stay brutal.